Alright, hi guys. We are now going to move on to today's lesson. So go ahead and get out your composition notebook. And in the table of contents page, I know we kind of already talked about dividing exponents, but I forgot that I wanted to kind of go through some stuff with you. So we're just going to do another little bit of a review with dividing exponents. So today's October 1st, and we're just going to do dividing exponents part 2. And then the next page in your notebook, I think one of the classes is a little bit off, so whatever's your next page. Hopefully this gave you the notes for today. So go ahead and in your notebook, find the next page, and we are going to glue that in like so. Okay? It should fit pretty much. You might need to put, I don't know, I guess the page number kind of small up here. Okay, so go ahead and glue that in, and then come back when you're done. So now that your notes are glued in, well, let's just say mine are glued in, let's go ahead and take a look at what we're going to do today. So I will let you use your calculator for the first part of this, just so that we can start exploring. After that, though, I want you to use the rules that we've learned to figure these things out, okay? So it says, write each numerator and denominator as a product. Product tells me I'm multiplying, okay? So first thing I want to do with my numerator and denominator is expand. So 9 to the 5th, I know, means 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 over 9 squared, 9 times 9. So with your calculator, again, only this time, look at this fancy schmancy calculator, huh? So 9 to the 5th, 59,049. 9 squared is 81. And then you can actually go ahead and, let's just keep it there, sorry. So I want you to pause the video and expand the other 3 problems until you get a number over another number, okay? So pause it now, do the work, and then check back in when you're done. Alright, so I have 5 to the 6th. And 5 cubed, which is 125. Alright, oh, I can't see that. Alright, looking at C, we've got 6 to the 5th power, which is 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6, over 6 to the 4th power, which is, hopefully you got the same thing, 7,776 over 6 to the 4th, which is 1,296. And last but not least, hopefully this is what you got. 4 to the 7th gets me 16,384 over 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, so hopefully your paper looks just like mine. That's what you were expected to do. So now for part B, the next part, it says, now simplify each expression above. Actually divide them. So I'm going to use my calculator. I'm going to let you use yours. I want you to take your numerator and your denominator, so rewrite them And actually, this time I want you to use your calculator to divide these two numbers. So 59,049 divided by 81 equals 729. Okay, so just like I did for part A, I'd like you to do for part B, C, and D. Please pause the video, do the work, and then unpause and come back and join me. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. All right, welcome back. Hopefully, as I do B, C, and D, you will look along with yours to see how you did. So part B, if we hit this, when I put it in my calculator, I get 125. For part C, I've got, oops, I forgot to write it, 7,776 over 1296 gives me 6. And 16,384 divided by 64, that leaves me with 256. Alright, so hopefully you got the same thing. Otherwise, just double check. Maybe you typed something wrong into your calculator. Alright, moving on. It says next, write each of the answers above with the original base number and an exponent. So the answers above with the original base and an exponent. So the number 729, I need to use the original base. So looking back above, the original base was 9. So I need to think about 9 to the power of what gives me 729. So like we talked about in class, I can either take that number, 729, and divide it by 9 until I get all the way back down to 1. In that case, it was 3 times. Or I can guess and check. 9 caret 6. Nope, too big. 9 caret 4. Nope, still too big. 9 caret 3. Oh, there we go. So after guessing and checking, or by taking this number, putting it in my calculator, and dividing by 9, since that's my base, until I get down to 1, I figured out that 729 is the same thing as 9 cubed. Okay. So looking back at the original problem, 9 to the 5th divided by 9 squared, hopefully you are seeing when my base was the same. 5 take over 2. Remember how we discovered that yesterday. So I'd like you now to pause the video and do what I did in part A for B, C, and D. Okay, so go ahead, pause it, and do that now. Welcome back. Hopefully, as I go through this, you will also agree. So with my answer of 125, my original base was 5. Well, I know that 5 cubed is 125, so let's look back at the original problem. 5 to the 6th divided by 5 cubed. When I think about my rule, that makes sense because they have the same base. 6 minus 3 is 3. Again, all of these steps from expanding to actually calculating is still proving true. Okay, so that's really important to make those connections. Part C, we had the number 6, and I know that that's just 6 to the 1st power. Looking back at the original problem, we had 6 to the 5th power divided by 6 to the 4th power. Again, 5 minus 4 is 1, so hopefully everything is checking out well. And then in part D, we had 256. My original base was 4. If I use my calculator to guess and check, I know that 4 cubed would be 64, so what's 4 to the 4th? Oh, yep, that's it, 4 to the 4th. So again, double checking, we had 4 to the 7th over 4 cubed was the original above, And now when I've actually gotten an answer, hopefully again I'm noticing when I have the same base, all I need to do when I'm dividing is subtract those exponents. Okay? So it says, what do you think the rule is for dividing powers? You probably already realized, but just jot something down. And then down here, kind of like, I think we wrote this in our notebooks actually yesterday, but now you have a fancy schmancy box. So the quotient rule of powers says that to divide powers with the same base, keep the, yeah, good, base. And that's right, subtract. You're so smart. The exponent. So here is the rule with words, and here is the rule with variables. A to the m power divided by a to the n power equals a to the m minus n power. Okay. When you're done with these notes, ask the sub for the homework worksheet. The homework tonight is going to be dividing powers and multiplying powers. So what we did 2 days ago, okay? So it's combining the two. So now I want you to be really careful and remember that it's always better and safer to expand your exponents so that you can actually see what you're doing, okay? Remember also, real quick before I leave you, looking at something like this, when we have 4 to the 7th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over 4 to the 3rd. Remember how 4 over 4 is the same thing as 1. So if I cancel some of these out, it's just like getting rid of pairs of 1. I know that that's not changing my answer, and again, I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4 4s, and hence my answer, 4 to the 4th power. So this is why expanding is really helpful, because it's going to help you actually to see which pairs you can cross out and what you're left with. Okay, so on your homework, make sure you show your work, show the expansion, and I will touch base with you later. Bye.